Our next topic is mailed questionnaire. Mailed questionnaire method. Already we have to discuss the 4 methods. This is our 5th method, mailed questionnaire method. Under this method, the questionnaire is sent to the each individual by mail, and with the request is to be complete and return it with a given date. In mailing method, questionnaire is sent to the respondent and request to complete and return it by the given time. This is our mailing questionnaire method. Where this method is suitable, the field of investigation is very large. Whenever the investigation area is large, we can use the mailing method. When respondents are educated, and he can understand the questions, so we can use the mailing method. But there are some merits and demerits of mailing method. One, wide coverage. This method is suitable for the wide coverage area. We can cover using the mailing questionnaire method wide coverage area. Economy. This method is economically less time consuming and less money using for this. Originality. Under this mailing questionnaire method, the data is original because it is filled by the respondent himself. So here is originality. Free from bias. There is no bias in the mailing questionnaire method. Maintain secrecy. There is whenever with the mailing questionnaire method, mailed is to the respondent and he has to return this questionnaire to the informant, then there is a secrecy is maintained between the both. But here some demerits also. First, limited scope. Limited scope, everybody cannot use the mailing questionnaire method, so there is a limited scope of mailing questionnaire method. Less accuracy. Here investigators send the questionnaire to the respondent, so it is not necessary he has to send the correct information to you, so less accuracy is here. Lack of interest. Sometimes respondent is not taking interest to fill the questionnaire, then the response is nil, so lack of interest is also in the mailing questionnaire method. Chance of misinterpretation. Sometimes understanding of a question is changed, so whatever the respondent is thinking, the answer is different, so there is a chance of misinterpretations. Time consuming. This method is a time consuming. First of all, you have to mail the questionnaire. After that, one by one, you have read the answers of the questions. So this method is a time consuming method. Whenever we are using the mailing questionnaire method, there are some precautions are required. One is questionnaire should be simple and short questions is put up in the questionnaire. And objective must be clearly defined why you are sending this questionnaire. Sometimes there is a confusion in the mind of the respondent. Questions should be in the sequence. Questions should be in the sequence, not in the difficult manner. Don't ask very personal question from the respondent. Sometimes he has not given any answer of the questions. So these are the merits, demerits and precautions under the mailing questionnaire method. The 6th method is questionnaire filled by the enumerator. First of all, who is an enumerator? Enumerator is a trained person who is appointed by the investigator. Information is collected by interviewing the person who are likely to be possession of the required information. Information is collected from the person who is likely to be possession of the required information. Here, enumerator personally visit informant along with the schedule. Here, what is the meaning of schedule? Schedule is also a questionnaire, but that is filled by the enumerator themselves. Here questionnaire is filled by the respondent himself, but here this schedule is filled by the enumerator. Where this method is suitable when we are having an adequate finance and trained enumerator are available, then we can use the enumerator method. What are the merits of this methods? Wide coverage area, it covers a wide cover area. How we have to appoint it in at different places, different enumerator trained person, they can collect the data and they give the information to the investigator. Accuracy and reliable. Accuracy because this schedule is filled by the enumerator themselves. So here is a high degree of accuracy. Better response. Here respondent give the better response whenever enumerator asks the question from the respondent. Limited chance of partiality. Here is less chance of partiality. Useful in case of illiterate respondent. Sometimes respondent cannot read the paper properly. So here schedule is filled by the enumerator themselves. So this is very suitable for the illiterate respondent. But there are some demerits also. This is a very costly method. We have to appoint it at different places, different enumerator. So this is a very costly method for the investigation. Time consuming. This is also a time consuming because schedule is filled by the enumerator themselves. So it is a time consuming method. Partiality. Partiality can be done by the enumerator. Sometimes if there is a partiality, then investigator cannot get the final result from the schedule. Inability of enumerator. Sometimes enumerator is not trained. He cannot ask proper questions. So the results will be wrong and investigation is not working properly. So there are some demerits of the numerator method. But which precautions is required under the numerator method? Numerator should be properly trained to use of statistical tools. How we can use the statistical tools? Enumerator knows about it. Enumerator should be polite. Politeness is required for the enumerator. Don't harass. Question in the schedule should be small in length, simple and clear. Question should be very small and it should be clear and simple questions you can ask from the respondent under this method. So this is our 5th and 6th method, mailing questionnaire method and questionnaire filled by the enumerator. Next is method of collecting the secondary data. How we can collect the secondary data? There are two methods. One is a published data and second is a unpublished data. Published data means whenever we have to collect this data and after that it is published and other person can also use such type of data, that is known as published data. There are different points in the published data. First, officially publications of central and state government. Sometimes central and state governments collect the data related to the economic variables and after that it is published by the government. That economic variables is like national income, saving, investment, and this is published after a regular interval. Like that is in a 5-year plans also, census also, these come in the central and the state government publication. Second point is semi-government publication. Semi-government publication like municipality and other published report under comes in this. The information is provided like birth, death, sanitation, education, all these information is provided is this published data. Report of committee and the commission. Committee and commission which is made by the central government on the specific issue. They collect the data from the specific issue. and after that the published it, like nursing committee report. Publication of research institutions. Research work is academic research work is done by the institutions like NCERT, National Council of Education. This is research and training. This work is done by the this work is published by the NCERT. There are some international publications. They also publish the data related to the international information like UNO, United Nations Organization, WHO, World Health Organization, IMF, International Monetary Fund. Private publication is also here. They collect the data like stock exchange, National Council of Applied Economic Research. They are the private publication. They collect the data and publish it. Publication of trade association. There are some big trade associations like chartered accountant, trade unions. They collect the informations and they publish all these informations. Newspaper and magazines. In newspaper and magazines, the information is collected and after that this is published. Like any newspaper in Economic Times, in a Financial Express or a Hindustan Times, information is published after the collecting the information. All these are known as published source. But first this data is collected by the different departments and they have to publish the data. After that the person is use this data so that it is known as secondary data. Sometimes unpublished data. What is the meaning of unpublished data? Unpublished data means when the data is collected by someone, anybody is collect the data is not published, but this data is not published and is taken by the other person, and this data is used by the other person for the purpose of investigation. That is known as unpublished data. Suppose if any private company's data you are using, that is called the unpublished data. So for the secondary collection of secondary data, there are published source and the unpublished source. We can collect the data.